So I said I had something a bit interesting installed for the 2600 Berliner, and here we go. That is quite a big lump, isn't it?
It is a huge lump, yeah.
For something Italian, that is very, very
well,
big.
It's the same size as a Jag straight 6.
Yeah.
All aluminium block though, so it should be
not as heavy.
Slightly lighter, yeah. It certainly takes some lifting.
Yeah.
Triple Solex carbs.
Yeah.
As well down the side.
Look at that.
Just take a little bit of tuning.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've been considering getting you can get the full rebuild set and just get new diaphragms and all that stuff for it.
But those are on the car running when I bought it. So.
Okay, so that's good. I got the distributor, dynamo,
the
starter.
Complete.
Excellent.
As requested, down to the last nut and bolt.
Very nice.
As I said, the head's been off and on, so this
needs a new head gasket and
yeah, the carb rubbers are.
Carb rubbers are there. You can see
they're
giving up, so I need to buy a full set.
Always,
yeah, full set of those.
Yeah, changing those. Everything else is on.
But the block itself is.
The bottom end's been fully rebuilt by Bob Dubb Motorsports, and seems lovely. I've run it 500 miles, and nothing on the sump plug.
No.
So it's running. It was starting with a different head on it on the button, and running very nicely.
Nice. Excellent. Very exciting.
All ready to go.
Yeah. All right. Well,
it just needs a fan belt.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the least of my problems, I think. And head gasket and various other bits and bobs.
Yeah, but it's only service parts.
It's nice. You got the air filter on there as well, or the tube. Very nice.
As agreed, you've got a complete engine. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And there's a few spares in as well. While I was going through, I was finding better bits. So
yeah, well, thank you very much.
Put something on, and then there's a spare generator if that one doesn't work.
It's a lovely looking.
Yeah, like this
piece, isn't it?
Does look good.
It's a bit of a sculpture in itself.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to move the XJ6 out of the way so we can get the lift out and we can get it in. Sure. So this is the first time you get to inspect your Alfa Spider in a while, or?
Well, I saw it before it was transported out. But
yeah. Now you can actually have a closer look.
As I know, but the thing is, complete lack of any rust.
Well, it looks pretty good after what we've been looking at my cars.
Do you want to film the mileometer with 18 on it?
I can't catch that in this light now.
Something like 18 miles since 1998.
Okay.
There was a fashion's the wrong word, to import Alfa's Spiders from the States around that era, and that's what I think I've got. It's a Californian car. I was sold it as a prototype, which was worked on as the first prototype of the S3, but I don't think it is. As you can see here, that's where the California state plates would have been put in.
Okay. And
have been conveniently removed. But as I say, instead of spending thousands to have the chassis redone, there is nothing under here. I would love to get this up on the ramp to prove myself wrong, all right.
Oh no, I've already put my head underneath. I've seen it's very good. I don't have to worry.
Your driver.
Yeah.
This is door open.
Well, maybe
I can't obviously get around it.
Yep. I'm just going to.
What hitch?
So what's this for then?
That is a additional rear light, which is the US state laws applied from '98 because of the number of tail enders with the big V8s driving into things. But you'll notice there isn't. It's just a bit of silver. So this is what is leading us towards it being a contract. We won't open the boot easily. There's a handle inside.
Okay.
That may or may not work.
So you've kind of been sold. Oh yeah, it's got a key thingy on it.
Yeah, is there a key in the ignition?
Yes, there is.
Okay. I've got cunning plans to start it today.
Okay, we can give it a go.
I did get the boot open before.
Okay, I just didn't want to force and break your thing.
Oh, good.
Look how tidy that is on the inside of the.
With a little bit of a wash, it all comes up. I've done most of the interior trim.
Well, if we can get it going, we can roll it out and give it a quick wash out here, just to tidy it up a bit.
Just to drive it out.
Give it a bit of a hand wash.
It drove onto the trailer when it came away from up north.
Okay.
You see these wonderful things? So all the lights which are up here only work when you connect that. So quite how, well, those are the number plate lights that come downwards. Yeah, the boot light will be done separately in there, which is absolutely standard boot light. I'm just, obviously, everybody gets very effervescent, whatever the word is about their projects, but you know, that would have the standard Alfa badge. But again, why is it just glued on like that? I've got the...
Well, this is probably because somebody's knocked it and then re-sprayed it.
Yeah, but then along here, which the oddity is, if this is a S3, this continues. There's a black line across here, which I bought, but then it goes through that. So we don't know where. I don't know where this is going. Whether it is a development car, that looks like it's been cut in. So it's either a mad American decided he wanted to turn his S2 into an S3. See, that's cut, isn't it? That's not. Yeah, that's not a.
Well, it's shaped.
Yeah, but it's not even really a fabricator job. It's a best amateur job. Something has happened.
Well, there's a bit of
try and convert it to, because in the States they had a car called the S3.5.
Okay.
Which was on its way to an S4 because that binnacle and the whole interior is S4. And this is what continues this. Is it a Pininfarina development mule prototype? It's obviously not a prototype, but
well, one they get. Well, what could it be is they get a factory car.
Yeah.
And then they do the modifications like the back.
And the other thing that drives that is the chassis is 83, but it was registered 98. So what happened to it for? That's not 88.
88. Okay.
And then it probably did get sent to the States for 10 years because they're not going to lose the sale of the car, are they? So there's something strange going on.
It definitely doesn't have the finishing you'd expect. It's something, yes, you say,
it's
something.
Repainted badly.
Yeah, but you find that on the concept car in the tent there as well. I think when they did let's say the factory got this car, sent it to.
Yeah, just so it would stand on the show stand without.
To the mule, but if you did these modifications on the car, and you quickly sprayed it, this is what happens to the paint a couple of years later.
Yeah, I knew this would happen. If you got a little bit of something to take that off.
Yeah, I got some stuff to take that off later. Yeah, don't worry about it. Really nice door handles on these.
Yeah, I like it. There's some design hints and bits on here which are great. So the black bumpers aren't.
No.
Nobody wants the front bumper, but it's period. That is what it looked like at that time in the Spider's development. So.
But you also have these big. See, this is cut off here. I bet there would have been something going along here as well.
There's another bit back goes through too. I've got that.
Okay.
You can see the bumpers are in appalling condition. Have been added. So I just don't know whether it's been S3ified at some point,
or if it's been rear-ended and somebody's kind of.
Well, no, it's both ends have got the S3 level. Yeah. I don't think there's any accident damage, but it has been used because you find things like somebody's lunch in the seats, or the pull for the boot release. But that's my favourite engine.
Really?
Yeah. Simple. I know how to work on it. It's not heavy. I can pop that out.
Only 2 carbs, not 3.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Yes. And straight and autos. So it's just got the 3 infeeds on it.
Yeah.
But this would have been a fuel injected car originally. So there would have been a great big fuel injection thing coming across here.
So somebody has converted that as
Somebody's converted it. Probably in the States because you've got emission control tags still in, as it would have gone to America. Obviously it hasn't been to America. Well, we don't know whether it's been to America, whether it's dressed for America. These are S4. You see something's been taken off and replaced with an S4. So there's a lot of this.
And, and you said it's an S4 interior.
S4, definitely S4 interior with an 18 mile. So it's definitely only done 18 miles since 1998.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's probably gone up and down in the world and been left outside.
Yeah,
look at that colour.
Yeah, it's definitely had a respray. That's...
But reading the nerds, they did respray a slightly different colour inside. That's maybe correct. But this is fine-ish. Batteries in the boot. It's a bit of a surprise for everybody involved. But that's how they did it. You see, that's the California gas.
Well, it's kind of the Italian thing, the battery in the boot.
It's weight distribution.
Yeah, but you get it in the 2300 coupe and you get it in the 2600
Yeah,
as
but
well. So.
my standard Alfa view always has the battery sitting there, but it doesn't for the obvious reason that there was a big factory fuel injection system in there. But everything else is nice. We did compression testing when I bought it. One cylinder was completely down, which is a bit of a worry, but with a couple of teaspoons of oil that came up.
It looks like a pretty solid project there.
I'm really happy that I can take this down, get it resprayed and bring it back up relatively easy.
Yeah.
The engine had a look down the bores, they're all fine. So I'm reasonably
So we
confident.
pop a battery in there and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm reasonably confident we've got a good engine. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how the petrol is.
I think that's what's causing most of the main issues. What I haven't seen is it. Follow that down. If you shine some sort of light just down here.
The reinforcements have arrived.
Well, I don't know whether it's
We've now
reinforcements.
got 3 clipless Jag watches. So.
It's just moral support. Notice how both of our hands are in our pockets.
Yeah,
It's
well
not,
done.
Not helping.
Well, they can't get it to idle. I've changed the rotor cap points, new performance condenser. I've put a Lucas new coil in there.
Okay, that's an awful lot of changes.
We've
So you know where you started from now, do you?
we replaced the. Well, I've rebuilt the automatic enrichment device. It might need a bit of tuning still, but still, when the engine's hot, that shuts off. I can feel that it works, but this is cold when you start it, and it does shut off as it gets warm. But what it just seems like it's just not.
If you think you've got a vacuum leak, could you put a vacuum valve on it somewhere? No. I'd say a vacuum sensor.
I don't think I have one.
No.
But I'll try and start it out and see what it does.
But you've been going around blanking pipes off that. What does that do? That's some sort of.
That is the emission. That actually, all that does is it takes the burnt oil and puts it back into the carbs.
It's a breather.
So you don't want that.
It's a breather that puts the oil back into the intakes, probably sotting your.
And just remind me,
You don't want that at all, do you? Really?
Not really.
Not really. So people do divert them into its own little tank.
Into a little cap.
Yeah, catch can. Yeah.
So just remind me, does it ever run perfectly?
That's the same question.
Well, I haven't really had it idling as it should. And I replaced the spark plugs as well.
And if you give it more acceleration, does it run on all cylinders correctly?
I think it does. It's like
This is my
it's when it's
theory.
idling that it's having issues.
My theory is run it and just put a heat gauge.
The heat gun
on each exhaust pipe, and then you'll know you've got 6 good
Yeah.
cylinders.
And you change the spark plugs, change the leads, right?
Leads have not changed,
Leads have not changed.
but they
okay.
seem very
But
good.
you tested them with an ohmmeter, right? This one wasn't on.
He's fixed it.
Let's make
There you
sure,
go. That's actually now on.
Let's make sure all of them are on.
Well, I've just clicked that one back on.
And the others, well, they are on in the right order.
Yes, they're in the
So
right
I spent
order.
3 months trying to start my 2600.
Yeah,
with the
you
winter
told me
plugs.
that, and then they were. We've all done it.
It's recovered.
I same with my GT6. I was like, oh, this never quite runs correctly. Go on then, fire it up.
Alright.
That's great.
Well,
Look at the labour.
yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it, James?
Really, yeah, it looks sweet. I love this is the blue racing. This is the blue top racing edition, right, with the red fan.
That's right.
Something like that. This is just because this
I know.
gasket drops off, so I did leave that on there too.
That's great.
I've got the full safety system of the fire extinguisher wedged in the back.
Now we got the Jag running perfectly. We can move on to this.
Absolutely. Just undo the ratchet straps. Or
Goes for the camera. Yeah, we can get into some sort of lift drag technique from here
Yeah.
and get it out. Or I can always drive the car forward. If you're the real one.
So just I try.
It's far more logical to me to remove the car than the hoist. You wouldn't have it. He's quite a cautious character.
Shall I go up by a centimetre?
Probably why he's an investment analyst. Yeah, happy down.
Ready? It's taking
go on.
it.
taking it. Yeah, go on. We just need a little bit more. Yeah, go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
It's going.
Go on.
Got 2 more centimetres.
Well, we can probably drag the engine a little bit
Right,
forward
now we've got the weight off there. We should be able to
drag it out. Yeah.
Okay. Blocks and blankets.
That's a big lump for an Italian engine, isn't it?
Check it out.
You've got it all. I've got some more stuff to unload. See down the bottom,
yeah,
there's a tiny wire clip. They're not present on all of them. You can buy them, they're standard components.
Okay, yeah.
To remove
Just
these,
to make
you
sure
have to flick the clip away, which I'll demonstrate here, and pull it down. And it's just up a very fine slot in there, which if you pull it out, I'm not going to because it's a pain to get in. So you've got something like 3 out of the 6.
Okay.
I've assembled without any gaskets.
No, they all need to be replaced.
So it's all there.
these
You can
ones.
see looking down here,
They're all cracked.
they're doing exactly. I've got
Yeah, that's
20 of them.
That's holding the weight of all of this, isn't it?
Yeah,
Pretty much,
but this is your bargain. Under here, you've got this big V.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Which is the carb mount. So that actually mounts it solidly.
Right.
So it shouldn't move too much.
Right.
The beauty of that is I've had a guy chasing me for the carb support and refused to sell it to him.
Okay.
Then he rings me up one day and says, I bought a carb support for a left-hand drive car. I was so desperate, but it's no good because on a right-hand drive car, the steering column comes through here.
Right.
So I said, well, you've got a week. If you send it to me, I'll swap you.
Oh.
So we got a perfectly powder-coated
Nice.
perfect
bonus.
support for
That's a lovely bonus.
a left-hand drive car. Yes, that's a bonus.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
So there's no gaskets on the carbs.
Yep.
The carbs, as I say, came off the car running when parked, which is the one I had rebuilt 2 years ago. And they all seem pretty healthy. Got a nice dunk.
Yeah, they're not
And
sticking.
the test
are they?
on the SUs Soluxes are interesting. The right hand is feeding all cylinders at low revs.
Yeah.
At 3,000 RPM, when you've got your foot down, then these counterbalances pull back and the second choke opens. So you've now got fuel going down both of these feeding 1 and 2. So not on Webers where you have just one straight into each. And it's the one I've had done drives beautifully because you get a good idle takeoff on here, and then this one follows in and picks the revs up and pulls you along. The test of these that they're happy is that sinks back.
Nice.
That sinks back. And that one in there sinks back.
I don't think any that I've driven do that.
I think
It feels like,
I have a feeling that I'll try to get this running as is, and if I have issues, I'll rebuild the
yeah,
cars
there
from
are hundreds of issues with it. That what gets that to operate is this little vacuum valve here,
Yeah.
for which I have a spare. There's a diaphragm in there, and these are all vacuum pipes. You were staring at vacuum pipes earlier. That the vacuum, the other piece of advice is just check everything. That's interesting.
Do they have to be solid pipes, or can you replace them with silicon?
Well, these are actually plastic.
Yeah. Do you have to have plastic?
Have you got a spanner?
Yes.
And it says on the top, Mirka Cash, which we'll come back to.
Are you making
make
it's
it
like
cash.
you're making a proclamation to,
Yeah,
an
it
ancient,
isn't.
to a first issue of government in
Yeah.
the country.
Where are we? Right. The water pump hasn't got a gasket in either.
No.
I've just
That's
thrown that
come
in.
off.
I bought you a second water pump that needs rebuild.
Okay.
This one looks lovely, doesn't it? But
It's off centre.
Yeah,
true.
they all do that.
They all do that. So.
That's funny because when I dropped the other one off at the rebuilder,
Yeah.
he did that and says, "Oh, that's off centre." They all do that.
Okay.
Okay.
But it also has got a little bit of wiggle in it. So I don't know if that's a good water pump.
You're
Yeah.
also doing that from the end of a fan. Like, does it actually? Oh,
Yeah, it will.
it has a little bit of float.
The other advice is to get the water pump rebuilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
Now you've got a second one in the box. We'll come to the box later. Going down the engine. Let's have a look under here. Right, that is your oil pressure takeoff.
Okay.
So you will need a olive to go in there, which I don't have, but it's a standard piece of kit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a standard piece of kit. That is a completely useless tap, which I've replaced with a sump bolt.
Okay.
That connects up to the bottom of the, I don't know if you can see it, I've got my finger on it.
Okay.
Oh, well, that might be the servo. No, that's the servo takeoff. There's another smaller one up there somewhere.
There's some bits and pieces here as well.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a second.
Okay.
So, that's the servo takeoff.
Okay.
And there's another smaller pipe hanging off the manifold.
It's basically something I don't need to worry about right
Well, you
now.
do, because water will fall out of it.
Oh.
So you have to, the pipe comes from here
Yeah.
to here with a tap.
Okay.
And the tap is in line. The only reason that's there is for winter draining of your block in the days before antifreeze, because that takes the water out of the cooling jacket along the carbs.
Okay.
So if you've only got half the engine here, so I blacked it off there, and on here you have to blank off the pipe that's gone away with the other head.
So you just blanked them off then?
Literally, that you can just push. It's quite annoying, I can't see it. Where is it?
Well, I'll look at that.
Yeah, because it's right under my nose. There.
Oh yeah, so that is, I need to blank this off.
That was connected to a tap. You just put a short stub on there and blank it. And if you ever want to drain and winterize it, which you don't because you've got antifreeze in,
you can just,
you just pull that off and it drains. Obviously, the reason they put a tap in is that once you a spider isn't very accessible, but the taps notoriously just leak. So replace them. So that's everything under there.
Okay.
Obviously, you've got brand new block from the head down. That's your oil cooler. Now you haven't got an oil cooler on a Berliner. So this is your oil filter, but behind it is the takeoff for the oil cooler. So there's two pipes here that go out to the oil cooler, and there's a valve here which, as it gets hot, sends the oil to the cooler. I'm pretty sure you can just strip out the internals here, put two blanks on here, and you basically bypassed.
Well, I could also just get a general oil cooler and put it somewhere, it wouldn't hurt with it.
You could, yeah. Or what I do when I'm testing the engine, obviously you can't test the engine. We're talking about running it out of the car. You've got to do something with these.
Yep. So if I can buy I'm sure I can buy an oil cooler for something, and then I can.
Yeah, they're quite big pipes, but yeah.
Just put them on there. Yeah.
Yeah, these engines do not need oil coolers unless you're doing 100 miles an hour down an autobahn
Okay.
for 1 or 2 hours. They really don't.
Okay.
They're well cooled. That's your oil temperature sender.
Okay.
These cars don't prime the oil pump, so you can't just start it and hope the oil pressure comes up.
No.
Because the oil pump around here needs to be primed. The way I prime it, there's different ways, but the way I prime it is pump oil in, take the sender off, pump oil in there because it goes straight across the oil pump. Rotate the engine backwards a few times, and that reverse primes the oil pump.
Okay. So before you start it the first time,
Yeah, because you don't start it first time. You take the plugs out, spin it, and make sure you've got some oil pressure appearing. Obviously, fill it with oil first.
Yep. You tested the starter, that works?
Starter's fine on the deck. I haven't tried to spin the engine, and I wouldn't spin the engine until you. I'll talk
Primed
about
oil, yeah.
until you change the head as well. You can see top dead centre, sat at the moment.
Yep.
And that's the position it has to be in to take the head off. But when you go take the head off, let me know, and I'll probably come down again for that
Brilliant.
event. I think that's sort of it. Really.
Wow. Good stuff. You didn't think you had enough to get yourself busy with?
That's the distributor I had before I put I've got a 123 ignition on mine, which works very well.
Yeah.
It's missing an O-ring on the shaft because the 123 gave me that one, so that's gone on went on the other car. So when you pull this out, you'll just see it. You just undo that 10mm, and the whole distributor pulls out.
Okay.
And then you just need to put
a bit of rubber O-ring.
Rubber O-ring on the shaft, which is standard Alfa, classic Alfa, for instance. So
this particular one, the first one, is bent. Is that intentional?
Probably not.
Okay. Just slightly out of true versus the others that are perfect.
I think it's because it's bent.
Oh, okay.
It's an old thing.
So it's got a new clutch
New clutch release bearing, that's all in, ready to go.
Okay,
Don't need to
good.
touch that.
Yeah.
But washer required below this.
Yeah, washer required
below
below there.
the rod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on here,
Is there rubber mountings on this gearbox as well?
yeah, it's they're in here, and then they're looking a bit fruity, I must admit.
Yeah. Okay, not too bad.
So you can get,
Yeah.
if you want to do them, now's the time, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they're big.
And I need some high tensile bolts.
I'm all right now on the list. It's not free pen. Okay.
Some
I'll get this in a couple of years.
high tensile bolt. These ones.
Yeah, and those are, as far as I know, I don't know the way the sizes work. But
Yeah. Well, I'll measure that up and order
yeah,
something.
but it's just Alphas like their coarse and fine thread.
Mm.
So on there, that's a coarse thread.
Okay.
These are fine thread. But you've got all your nuts on there. There's no washers, so obviously you can put some washers on if you want to.
Yeah.
Starter motor, that would come through the bell housing. So, and here there should be bolts for some reason. This one's got studs, but doesn't really matter. So you just take those off and bolt everything up.
Good stuff. Excellent, Ian. I've pretty much given myself a to-do list from this video.
Yeah, I think we've got there. Have we looked at the box?
And we have.
Keep going. There's others. You're right. So when I was putting this together, I just noticed that this has been welded.
Welded up, yeah.
Should we get another one?
We've got a good one. Okay, good.
This was rusty from the bottom of the pit somewhere, so a slightly less rusty one.
Okay, good. Handy.
Amazing service. To get your gear stick to work, to get reverse, where's it?
I put the other one down here.
Now, to get reverse, you press down.
Yep.
But to operate, that's going onto the top of the gearbox. There's this pin here, and that gets pressed down. So you're locked out. You cannot go into reverse unless that's pressed down.
Okay, yeah, a bit like modern cars.
Yeah, so between here and here, probably unlike modern cars, there are 2 ball bearings. So you have to grease and stuff 2 ball bearings up there. And like sometimes there's one stuck up there anyway, but you'll know when you've got enough in there. But you have to use a very thick grease because as you try to put it on, they drop off
So you
again.
don't want to drop off, yeah.
Yeah, and when it does. And the only bolt I didn't find, those are the rear gearbox support bolts.
Okay, yep.
And
So there's a
you've
couple.
got 3. And
Got 3,
but again,
fair
that's a
enough.
17mm metric fine. I think that's it.
Brilliant.
So you know, you know I said you don't rotate the engine if you've got head off.
Okay.
Pop out the liners.
Ah,
These, in various configurations you can work out on your own,
For retaining it.
drop down the centre head studs, and then they have spacers and washers that go over the top of the studs, and then you use the stud nuts to hold it down.
Do you want these back when they're done? Because it's part of, well, see how we go, and then
It's
you know where they are.
it's a team piece of kit, but I'm never likely to do.
It's basically for the club, right?
Yeah, let's call it. Let's call it. Yeah, the 2600 owners club. Yeah.
very nice.
And the only thing, the other
Well, I think I'll wait removing the head until you come back.
the only thing the 2600 owners club couldn't find is you need a special socket to go on there. I think I concluded I'd never need one again and gave it to somebody.
Oh yeah, it's like a castellated.
Well, I don't need to go in there now, do I?
To be really honest,